make the nuts and bolts of setting up a crypto deployment as simple as a cryptocurrency transaction. So without further ado, once we get set up, please welcome Shannon Code and his project BitStrap. Okay.
All right, so hello everybody. My name is Shannon Code, and I'm introducing today BitStrap.co. What BitStrap is the world's first managed hosting provider specifically tailored to cryptocurrency entrepreneurs, cryptocurrency developers. So a little bit about me. My name is Shannon Code. I like to have a little bit of fun with my wife when we got married, so we decided to change our names. You can get a hold of me at that website. I've been a software developer for about 13 years. I have a similar backstory to the gentleman that spoke before me. I've been writing code at like GW Basic, I think, when I was really little. When I met my wife, she was a tester, well known in the testing community. Before that, I didn't realize that there was an entire market around testers, and that testers had conferences, and they wrote books, and anyway, my eyes were opened, and my ultimate goal for a long time had been to get into information security, and I thought, well, maybe I can make a lateral move and become a tester and start working as a tester, and then ultimately become a pen tester. Well, what really happened is I just became a better developer. And any place I went to go have a testing job, they said, hey, you know developing too, so we're going to have you write our automated scripts, or we're going to have you, test the developer's code. So I'm still a tester. Still a developer. Also an entrepreneur. I tried to beat the bug, but it keeps coming back around, and I can't fight it. So here we are with BitStrap. So I was late to the Bitcoin space. Similar to somebody else that spoke, I started when it first came out, put it on my servers at work. Didn't see anything happening. Didn't really dig any further. Just said, forget this. I got work to do. About 6 months ago, it was probably longer than that. About 8 months ago, I had a friend of mine who asked me to do a research paper on it, and so I learned everything I could about Bitcoin. And at the time, it didn't seem that profitable. It didn't seem that it was going to take off. It seemed like it had more problems than there were solutions at the time. I was wrong, obviously. A couple months later, I was looking for an information security job, and I saw on a forum that Mastercoin was hiring for a security position. So I applied and became their head of security. I'm talking more about that at a talk I'm giving tomorrow. So the security side of things is I've got a lot to talk about there also. Ultimately, I decided I wanted to learn a lot about crypto, because there's a lot more to security than just breaking into the websites and SQL injection and all the stuff that's your security professionals know about. Some of it applies here, but not all of it. So some of the problems that I ran into as a newcomer to the space, Bitcoin and crypto is understood by a handful of people. Really understood by a handful of people, and probably by most of these people in here. Most of you guys understand it. Engineers understand it. Venture capitalists are starting to understand it. I don't know that they know the technical details of how it works, but they know basically how it works. But it's still a small group of people that knows how this works and how to understand it. As a business owner that doesn't understand it, they don't have a way into the market unless they know somebody who does, or they hire an expert, and those experts are becoming really hard to find as more Bitcoin businesses are popping up. Security is often an afterthought. As with most online businesses, security is an afterthought. Unfortunately, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we can't take security for granted. I mean, we've had, at this point, hundreds of millions of dollars are gone because security is an afterthought. There are lots and lots of options to try as far as environments and platforms and protocols, and it's not obvious to a newcomer what is current, what's been updated, how to really interact with the tools that are being written. The space moves really quickly. So I decided that I was going to solve the problem by automating a lot of what I do. So I created BitStrap. One of the first things I did was I created a way to spin up a Bitcoin node in about 5 minutes. It's automatically synced. It's already synced. It's got all of the information on the blockchain. It's ready to go. If you need to spin up an Explorer that goes along with it, that's cool. You can just check another checkbox. And now you've got a Bitcoin node and you've got an Explorer that can go ahead and browse that data. You want a wallet? Okay, so now we've got a wallet added, we've got a Bitcoin node, we've got an Explorer to go along with it. Okay, you've now got the entire, or most of the infrastructure to have, well, your own cryptocurrency. Well, why not? Why not let somebody do that? So we've got ways to spin up just about every coin you can think of, and the ability to expand that. Also with BitStrap, we have the ability to, it's an elastic cloud, so the CPU can grow as needed, the hard drive space can grow as needed. Everything about the service can expand or shrink based on data points that you specify. Another thing that's fun that I use this for is, let's say you are a developer or you're a developer entrepreneur or you're just an entrepreneur and you're not sure whether you want to tinker around with Ethereum. You went to a conference and you're like, oh, I kind of like that, but I don't know anything about it. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a look at it a little deeper. Well, it might take 2 or 3 days to figure out how to get their infrastructure built up. Well, with BitStrap, you can just kind of click a couple of buttons and you're ready to go. It's obviously not going to be completely set up. You're going to have to enter in some basic hosting information like a URL and what other usernames and passwords and what kind of currency it is, if it's a mining pool. There's quite a few options, and which features get released will be up to the investors. I have started my crowd sale today. It's the website's beta.bitstrap.com. I've tied the crowd sale to a fiat amount because I'm just taking from some of the previous crowd sales that I've seen. I don't want to get in over my head. First of all, I don't need a lot of money. I need, this is $150,000 is what I'm asking because that's how much money I need to maintain and to grow organically. I set a maximum. My crowd sale is going to end in a month, or if I hit $450,000, because again, I don't want to grow faster than I need. I could probably have a crowd sale and push it really hard and get a couple of $1 million. I don't need a couple $1 million. And in order to add the features that everybody needs, I have to pay close attention. And in order to do that, I have to grow organically. So hence the maximum number of tokens. So I've already talked about some of the features. The elastic automation, so the ability to grow and shrink your hard drive or your CPU usage or your bandwidth. I'm teaming up with a company to do security audits regularly. There's network monitoring tools that are automatically built in. There's 100% uptime SLA, which you don't get with most of your shared hosting providers or many of your other cloud providers. Your $5 a month providers don't provide this level of SLA. To start, I'm supporting CenturyLink and Rackspace, and ultimately any OpenStack infrastructure. So if you happen to own a business and run the cloud, or run a cloud internally, and you run OpenStack on it, you can go ahead and deploy this locally and not have to have anything outside of your cage. So this is an example of some of the software that you can spin up at launch, or when I launched the beta. So we've got an Omni wallet, a Mastercoin, we've got Counterparty and their wallet. We've got the MadeSafe environment as as they release that. We've got Hive wallet, which is a popular new wallet that was just launched and deployed to iPhone yesterday, I think. We've got Vendio, which is a crowd sale or token conversion platform. Vending machine is what they call it. So multiple coin types come in and one type goes out. So I can accept 4 different types of currency in, and I can give you one of my coins or one of somebody else's coins. So I can spin up that environment too. I've actually partnered with them, and they're going to offer customizations to that software. Most of the companies, or organizations here will provide support. Cloud9 is an IDE. That's an online IDE that lets you write code and compile and debug and test. So, they're just something that I pulled from the open source. I'm going to have lots of other open source tools, lots of other coin support, lots of other Bitcoin 2.0 support, but I need beta testers to tell me what they need. So I need, it's one of the reasons that I'm opening up a crowd sale. I need to hire the experts to maintain it, and I need beta users to tell me what they need. Because I only see a small sliver of what I need on a daily basis. I've interviewed a handful of different business owners, some that run exchanges and some that run wallets, and I know what they need, but I don't know what everybody needs. And that's what I would like to provide. I'd like to solve this problem for as many people as I can. Does anybody have any questions?
I see your OpenStack and stuff like that. What about Amazon Web Services, AWS?
Yes, I think I left the AWS out of it. But yes, yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going to offer demos, so you can go ahead and see you wanted to trial the Ethereum stuff for an hour. You can go ahead and I'm going to spin up an Amazon instance for free for an hour that you can actually, it's a full environment that you can tinker around with. It's just going to go away after a little while.
Also, I was writing down, but it says, can I select various nodes in different countries? So say I want to decentralize, so I want it in America, I want it on East Coast, West Coast, Asia. Can I just go click,
Yeah.
country, and then just spin them up that way?
So the basic offering is going to be it's going to be hosted by me, or actually not by me, but it's going to be hosted by one of my partners, either Rackspace or CenturyLink, which happens to have a local group that I'm going to work with. And they have a number of servers. They've got I think 15 or 20 different locations around the country and around the world that you can deploy to. The premium offering, which isn't going to be available immediately, but 3 months down the line, will let you mix and match. So you'll be able to, for redundancy's sake, launch nodes on CenturyLink, Rackspace, Amazon, or half a dozen other sites. And this can be tied into the automation, so as you need it, you will spin up and say another platform entirely, or another cloud. You'll be able to set those rules. Whoever the users are will be able to say, hey, if for some reason I'm getting really bad throughput in this country, and I spun up another server with Rackspace, let me go ahead and see what Amazon's ping rate is going to be. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. We'll spin up a database over here in the Amazon cloud, and that will be all transparent for the user. They won't have to specify that if they've got their automation set up correctly.